Okay, just had my glass put in. Okay, my shower seat. What a transformation the glass and the frame does for the overall appearance of the shower. Okay. Now, getting to it. All right. I have grouting to do on the floor yet. Okay. We're going to get to this this shampoo shelf. I keep calling it a pot shelf. And that's unfinished. And then for this under the shower seat, it's all tiled. I call it wrapping it. All right. That come out really nice. There's the front. Okay. Now, getting into removing this is very difficult to remove. This is MAPEI, same as Red Guard. It's the sealer you put on your concrete backer board against your studs to waterproof it. So in case water penetrates any of these joints. Hey, acrylic of pouring. Oh, and this works really good. Look at this. Look at that. I just got to scrape off the majority. Hey, Kentucky Ranger. I am showing my shower off a little bit. I'm literally close to completion. This water sealer, this is the MAPEI, same as Red Guard. And it's really hard to remove. Thank you, bro. It's been a labor of love, let me tell you. But you've got to use the old-fashioned razor blade. It comes out of, I took it out of my drywall knife here. All right. And I've wrapped it with some tape because it digs into your fingers. Hey, Seven Blessings, doing great. Seven Blessings, do you know Kentucky Ranger? Kentucky Ranger, meet Seven Blessings if you don't know them. Anyway, so all I'm doing is I'm taking this and I'm digging in to this corner and I'm literally peeling this back. Okay, and it comes off. You can see what I've removed here. Okay, this all come off of this side. And you can see the residue. Okay, so residue that's here, I'm taking lacquer thinner. And lacquer thinner removes this residue really nice. As you see here, I might have to re-wet this rag, but you can see where I've removed that. Okay, I'm going to re-wet this rag so you can see how effective this lacquer thinner is. Now, I've just got this rag really wet, all right? Now, watch it remove this right here. Just like a little bit of elbow grease. Okay? Little bit of elbow grease, but just like it was never there as you're watching it being removed as we speak. Now you can see the green on the rag, not on the wall. Okay, we have a little bit left down here, which I will remove now. Little elbow grease, firm pressure. Yeah, I've got my window open for sure. You don't want to breathe this stuff. Thanks for mentioning that, Kentucky Ranger. Miss Page. Thank you, Miss Page. Now what I've done is I'm taking this lacquer thinner, putting it on a rag to remove this residue that I have here. Okay, and you can see it coming off on the rag. All right, there's the residue. We're going to remove it. Just straight lacquer thinner is all it is. Okay, you can see it's now clean in that corner. Little bit of residue here to remove yet. Like I say, firm pressure. And there you have it, gone. I still have the scrape. And on the other side where it's heavy, you have to take I took a drywall blade out of my knife. And then I'm just taking it, put some tape around the end because it wants to dig into your fingers, right? Then I'm just slicing, creating an edge on the sealer to like a rubber, heavy rubber, and then you just slice it. You can see the angle here I'm using. Let's see the angle, and I'm keeping it at that angle. I'm just kind of slicing into it. Okay, and when you're all done, you're left with the residue that I just removed from the other side. Okay, and now you can see where I've peeled it off. In this area here, you can see where it's coming off on the blade a little bit there. All right, but this isn't going to get much more of that off, okay? And that's where I used the lacquer thinner on a rag. All right, thank you, Joy of Acrylic Pouring. And good job on your pours, by the way. For those of you that can't draw and like artwork, check out the Joy of Acrylic Pouring. She has a technique and a method for doing some pretty cool looking artwork. And you don't even have to know how to draw or paint. It is really cool stuff. So check out Acrylic Pouring's page. She's just come up with her own idea and technique for doing it. And you'll see that she was the first one here on YouTube to do it. And then the other people saw it and started doing it and didn't give her any credit for it at all. That's a shame. They should have given her credit for it. They didn't. But this is what it is. Just, you know, you got to cut this loose. Okay, and I'm just cutting in here little by little. I'm just working it down, working into it. You don't really see much coming off, but it's coming off. I can feel it cutting. Okay. Slowly but surely. Got to be tenacious, you know. Just got to be stubborn enough to not quit. Because this will be the end result. This is the before. This is the after. Good as new. That's what I'm talking about. So I thought I would share this information. You know, nothing like, there's no way like the old way. And so I guess this is a combination of the old way and a new way with the lacquer thinner. Lacquer thinner sure does make a big difference. You know. Then I'll get in here and I'll get this corner, the front part of this blade here, you know, and I'm cutting it with this part here. little bitty cuts at a time. Yeah, it is. Thank you, Kentucky Ranger. So you can see it coming off. It's just slow. Really slow. My wife was worried. She's like, how are you going to get that off of there? I'm like, it'll come off. It will come off one way or another, you know? So we're doing it. You have the joy of acrylic pouring. That's okay. Thank you. All right, Kentucky Ranger. Hey, you'll have to send me a message. Hey, Jerry. It's not Hagerman? Is that how you pronounce it? Hagerman? Well, this is Kentucky Ranger. Good guy over here. You also want to check out Walker Outdoors. Walker Outdoors has a good channel. Good guy. Hey, Seven says hi, Jerry. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, guys. So it's appreciated for sure. Appreciate you dropping in, being here, showing the support. Now you can see what I've removed. Didn't look like anything was happening, but here's the end results right here. All right, it's just about ready for me to use the lacquer thinner on it. If I wasn't live here, I'd just do it all, scrape it all at one time. And then I would go back over it with the lacquer thinner and I'd be done. And I'm using just the front edge of this blade. And I caught it this way and was catching it on its edge all the way down. But then as you get it closer, it just works a little faster to go the other way. Once you get it a little closer, you can come back and still catch it this way as well. Kind of scrape off any excess still existing. But then to get down into it, then you want to cut it free from the corner. So we flip this blade on this side of the wall here, see? And I come down right into that corner. Then I'm catching it this way. That's what I was doing when I was doing this. I'm cutting it off right there on the inside of that corner here. Okay. So now it looks like it's just about ready for the lacquer thinner. Got to get a little bit more here. I find by going in and up and back, kind of in a slight circular motion, it kind of helps to get it cut. Then sometimes just want to take this, and just kind of cut it this way too. Gives you a little bit more control. Just depends on, just all depends. All right. And it's feeling still like it's grabbing. When it's not grabbing is when you know you've cut all that you can cut off of here, but you'll feel it grab. You know, right here, so you can see these bits I'm shredding that it's still coming off. And you can feel it grab. Like down here, it's still a little heavy. All right. So you can definitely feel it grabbing. So you can know you can still cut it. And that's when you kind of want to pick up the speed, keep your angle, see the angle I've got going on. Okay. Just a little circular motions. Pushing in and down, back up. All right. Now, it may just be down to a point. Because I don't want to feel much on this wall. I want it to basically feel smooth when I slide in, like cut in there. When I cut into this, I want it to feel smooth. Now you can even hear it. It's feeling smooth. Look at the debris. Oh, okay. Thank you, Jerry Hagerman. It's important to me to try to pronounce some people, to get your name right. Some people's names it's hard to pronounce, but yours is good. Hagerman, just wanted to make sure. All right, you can see all the debris I pulled off this corner. Like I say, my wife was concerned that it was going to be a problem, but I told her we'd get it. You know. Now I will. Let's get the lacquer thinner here. All right. Let's get my rag out here. Okay. Get this lid on so it don't evaporate. This evaporates quick. Definitely got to get that lid back on there. All right, here we go. Now you see it. Now you don't. Little elbow grease. This didn't eat plastic. You could put it in a spray bottle and just spray it. That would be cool. A paint thinner might work. I haven't tested out paint thinner, but you could put paint thinner in a spray bottle actually, and you can spray paint thinner. You can also spray stains. You can put stain in a spray bottle and spray on stain in hard to get to areas. For those of you that don't know, I'm a woodworker by trade. This is not my trade. So for woodworking or staining, you can spray paint thinner, and you can spray stain. Like on a door where you've got all the detailing in a door, you can take your stain and spray it, and it comes out really nice. Now you see it. Now you don't. Bam, look at that. Just about done. I'll be doing my grouting this floor next. Here's my shower seat. My wife wanted storage, so we had to create some storage, which means she created a whole lot more work for me to wrap this bad boy. But there this is. There's the underside. My leg. My other leg. Nice tight joint at the corner. All right. Get a good bird's eye view from here. Or should we call it the view of the rabbit? The rabbit's view. Because we're not in the air, right? It can't be a bird's eye. So anyways, that's what the inside looks like. That's the top looking like a mess. But I had to be creative. Well, thank you, Seven Blessings. Thanks for dropping in, and thanks for your time and your support. And everybody's time. But thank you, Seven Blessings. God bless. Keep up the good work. Keep looking up. I believe Jesus is coming soon. I believe that. We sing a song, soon and very soon, we're going to see the King. But I know not everybody's going to, agree with that, but that's okay. They don't have to. They don't have to agree. But when it happens, you can't say you wasn't warned. For whatever that's worth, I think it's worth something, personally. All right, I got a Bible study channel. I'm not trying to preach out here. Well, maybe I am a little bit, but I do have a Bible study channel. Basic Bible reading for a deeper understanding. Once I get this scraped down here, that's fairly heavy. I paintbrushed this back. When I put this piece in, I brushed around the inside just to give it an extra seal before I put on my vertical pieces here. And that's how this happened. I should have put some tape. I should have taped this off first, but I didn't. And that's where I messed up, got in too big of a hurry. Dad always said, haste makes waste. Now I'm over here messing with this because I didn't stop to put some masking tape or some painter's tape on this. So now I get to give it, that would have saved me a lot of work. So you don't want to do this. You always want to put tape down wherever you're going to get paint or this sealer, and then it just peels right off on the tape, and you don't have to fight this and spend all this time scraping. Or if you had the money, pay somebody to do it for you. But so put tape on it. Save yourself the headache. Save yourself the hassle. But if you make this mistake, you now know the solution. But maybe my mistake will help someone else not make the same one that I did. Just run tape across this on the face, all the way around. Run tape, 1/2 inch, 3/4, 1 inch, I don't care, 3-inch tape, I don't care what size. Just put some tape on it and peel it off. Got to get a better angle on this because you want to cut an edge. You want to cut an edge on this in here. Otherwise, you want to cut in here and you want to create an edge. So you really want about a 45, maybe even a 60-degree angle on this. So you cut an edge on it, because if you just are scraping the paint, it makes it a lot more difficult. And that's what I just started doing. Because you really want to dig in and create a lip on this surface, and I didn't do that. So that's what I'm working on now. You see how great my angle is? It's almost at a 90, probably more like a 70-degree angle I got on this wall, but I'm trying to cut in the edge I didn't cut. So you just cut the edge into it and you work it down. It makes it a whole lot easier. So that's the other thing you want to do. Cut the edge in there. Then just work that edge down. Then it will shred. Okay. So Kentucky Ranger, if you're here, are you a ranger, or is that just a name you decided to call yourself? Okay, you want this at about a 70 degree. Here, hang. I love the way you explain as you go along. A lot of people don't do that. I just have others in the dark who are trying to learn. Yes. Oh, okay, Kentucky Ranger. I was wondering. Well, thank you, Jerry. Yes, I got you. Yes, thank you, Kentucky Ranger. Jerry, that's the purpose for my channel. When I started out on YouTube, I started out here to make a difference because I got tired of watching videos, trying to learn, because I'm in the middle of a project, or I'm going to start a project, and I need more information on it. And it's back to when I started my, CB, yes! I grew up with CBs, Jerry. But a Kentucky Ranger, I grew up with CBs. So anyways, Jerry, I came on here to make a difference, and that's why I do it the way I do it here, you know? Hoping it'll help out, hoping it'll make the difference. Because, you know, there's a couple guys one guy that's a good guy. And he explains, and he's real professional, semi-professional. And his name is Joe, and his channel is called So That's How You Do That. His name is Joe, and his channel name is So That's How You Do That. Really good guy, and he's really helpful. His videos that he makes, it's to simplify it. Same purpose, same thing that I try to do, but his is better. And he has a lot more knowledge about this. I'm a woodworker, finish woodworker. I do staircases, trim, little framing, woodworking itself. I've got a couple forks I've made recently on this channel. It's down in my videos. I don't know how many down, 10 down or something, in my video list. So mine's a how-to channel. This tiling, I was trying to get someone else to do it, and everybody I tried to hire, they were learning, and the other guys wanted way too much money. And so I finally just said, I'll pay myself to mess up. You know, I don't want to pay someone else to mess up if they're learning. I'll just pay myself. So this is the end result. I've had a little help here and there. Guy that helped me do this bathroom, he was in the learning stage, but it was a guy that I knew, gave me a hand on it, helped me get it started. And so I tried to explain as much as I can and show as much as I can. This slows me down when I do this. Again, I don't get as much done. But again, my purpose for starting this channel is to make a difference and to help somebody out if it's, you know, if I can. And that's my purpose for everything I do. So I appreciate that, and appreciate your time. And Jerry, Ranger, appreciate you being here and all of that as well. Everybody, you know, I appreciate everybody. But personally to you guys that are here right now, definitely. Okay. Just, you know, wanting to keep it real and personal. Should I say up close and personal? Yeah. Thank you, Kentucky Ranger. Now it looks like I should be about ready for the lacquer thinner. Are you ready to see that? Ready to see the difference the lacquer thinner is going to make here? I don't want to melt any of this into my tile, that's for sure. Oh, it helps if I'm looking at showing the right stuff on not the wall. All right, looks like I've got a little bit more right down in this area to get first. If I can't prop this up here, see if I can't get into this. Maybe. My arm's gonna hit it. Let me see if I can't get it over here. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Okay, looks like maybe. Sorry, I'm listening. I hope you're listening. Unless you're talking about listening to something else. Hey, well, that just gives you a reason to go back and watch it again. That's always appreciated. Oh, that's fine. It's hard to read all the comments. You know, I try to read as many as I can and get back to you, you know, but when I'm over here focused on this, I'm kind of watching the screen, and then I'm looking through my camera when I can to see what I'm doing. I'm not looking straight at it. I'm actually using the camera itself. See it? That's looking pretty good. If I can't get all of this over here, I'll just take extra elbow grease to rub it off. And it's looking like it's letting me. Like I'm getting it here. That heavier stuff just takes a lot more elbow grease to get off, you know, makes it more difficult. So you get it down to, you know, this stuff in here, that comes off pretty nice. Rubs right off, basically. All right, I think, see. Now I'm going to come along the bottom here. Okay. I'm just going to cut here in this corner from the bottom flat, come across and cut that loose. Try to get the angle so you can see maybe there. All right, I'm coming across this bottom and I'm cutting straight off to cut anything that may be still attached down in this groove here. So I'm cutting it loose below that corner so that the thin set, so that the grout, not thin set, so that the grout will cover it. If there's anything left, it won't be visible. But the goal is to get it all removed. But if there is something I can't get to, then make it to where you can at least get it covered without it looking ugly. This is where it all comes together. You know, it's the last steps of it. Hey, Miguel. Just use some really strong thin set and set another. Okay, good idea. Thank you, Miguel. Now, you guys, Kentucky Ranger Miguel, Manuel is a professional tiler. He's given me a few tips, few pointers, and check him out. Make friends on his channel, you know. Show support on Miguel's channel over there. Miguel's a good guy. I've been talking with him off and on for, 2 months now. And he's a professional tiler, Miguel is. Or Manuel. I'm sorry, Manuel. You ever see me, you're going to want to just hit me, huh? Manuel or laugh at me. One of the two. Anyways. Yeah, that would work, but you see, if I did that, I would mess up this, and I really don't want to cover that. You know what I'm saying? But this lacquer thinner works really well for removing it. I'll do that right now. See, I'm going to put this lacquer thinner on a rag over here. Okay. I'm going to put this lid on this. You know how that stuff that vaporizes. All right. This is the before. All right. This is the after. Are you seeing it? Now you see it? Now you don't. All right, now let's get this bottom piece. Going, almost gone. All right. Pudding. This is some pretty good pudding. None that I'd want to eat, but anyways. Almost there, folks. I may have to re-wet this rag. Like magic, yes. All right, I think I got to re-wet my rag, but you can see it's coming off. You can see the green tint in it. Okay, so we're going to reapply over here. Going to reapply over here. Yes, isn't that cool? My wife was worried it wasn't going to come off, and I'm like, it'll come off. But you see, this comes from my woodworking experience, is how I know to do this. This is my woodworking experience telling on me. Now, as far as woodworking and paint, you can remove paint from stain with paint thinner. It's almost gone. Dropped my phone. Almost gone. Anyways, you can remove paint from stain with paint thinner, but you cannot use lacquer thinner. Lacquer thinner will eat it. You can also remove stain from paint. If you got stain on your paint, you can remove stain off your paint by using paint thinner. Do not use lacquer thinner. Lacquer thinner will eat up your paint. That's going to be an awesome. Yes, it is going to be pretty nice when I'm done. I've got another one I'm working on here at my house. I bit off a little more than I could chew at the same time. But you can see here, before and after. Now I got to come in here and I got to get that stuff, I got to get this. So I'm going to have to use a real wet rag, get it really soaked, and then catch that. I might try the razor blade point. All right, we'll just take this over here. Hey, I should be able to get that actually with this. Yeah, it's coming off, as you can see. All right. And then the grout ought to cover what's down in there. Media blast. Yeah, isn't it? Thank you, Emmanuel. Emmanuel. Hey, you can just show dinner. How's that, Manuel? All right. A little bit of elbow grease, a drywall knife blade, and we're good. Look at that. Now let's wipe her down. Let's get her done over here. All right, let's get her wiped down. See how she's looking. There you go. A little bit more touch-ups and we'll be good. But you can see it cleaned it right up. I got just a little bit more over here. And we will be good as new. You seen it here first. Just come for dinner, Manuel. All right, I'm gonna. You got it, Kentucky Ranger. I owe him dinner. I can't pronounce his name right. Everything goes as planned. This house will be sold this summer, and I'll be on my way to the south. That's the purpose of doing these showers, is kind of put this house up for sale. And I got this whole bathroom, though. You can see this. I've got the cabinets tore out. I put in the PEX plumbing, that plastic piping. And so I've replumbed the house. Gonna redo stain the cabinets, new countertop, vessel sinks, and got the other bathroom I'm doing the same kind of thing in. So I'll be showing the whole process of this bathroom, actually both of my bathrooms, the remodel on it. Something I did over here while I'm thinking about it. I'll show you a custom little thing. You can see here that notch. Look at that custom built-in shaver holder. What a deal, eh? And I just cut this with my diamond bit blade on my grinder. You know, I put this up here. I marked it with the pencil on each side. And then you see how it kind of widens out. I kind of widened it out here. And I took it back this way and I took it over this way a little bit, put the angles on it. And you see the angles. You just stick it in, bam. You know, and if somebody has a little cheapy one, you know, like my wife wants to use her razor, bam, my wife's got hers too. It works for both. Well, Buffalo Tile ought to know that. So anyways, there's my razor blade, razor holder. I wish I had something I could polish inside of here with. I don't have anything that will go in there and not tear it up. Okay. Hey, man, well, I gave you I think I sent you my email, bro. Or my phone number. I did one of the two. If you send me an email, I can we could talk on the phone, you know. Same thing with you, Kentucky Ranger, you know. That would be cool. I'm trying to get up in here. I see a little bit of crud. I'm trying to get. Oh, Manuel, while you're here, check this out. Under the shower, under my shower seat. That's under the shower seat right here. Bam. Thought you might like that, Manuel. This is for shampoo and body wash and conditioners, but this is the underside. I had to put an angle piece in right here that come out really well. And then I put my grinder and rounded this over. Then I put diamond bit polishing pads on my sander and buffed this out with the impregnated diamond rubber polishing disc. I rounded that with my diamond bit grinder. Then I polished it out with those pads. Yeah, cool. That you might like that. I was in training on doing. I worked for a company in Vegas. I was learning how to do granite. I was cutting out the openings for the sinks with the diamond bit wheel on the grinder, using the polishing pads. And that's where I learned about that. And so I have some pads. So I needed to round that over. I did the same thing over here too on my shower curb. I'll show you. This isn't as shiny. I need to go back over it with these polishing pads, but I did a round over here on it. Okay, I did all this by hand. I have some videos. I uploaded some videos on that process when I was doing this, okay? But I need to go back over it and polish it, but it's the last thing I'm going to do, so it will look more like this when it's done. But I do have some videos on it when I was doing it, showing the process. So, yeah, I think I sent you my email, Manuel, and if you want to send me an email back with your number or send me your email, I'll send you my number. In Kentucky Ranger, I can do the same. Give you my email, and then we can talk on the phone. That'd be cool. All right, I just got a little bit of cleanup here to do with the wet rag. It's hard to tell anyways. I've got some things set on that. Hey, Manuel, are you there? Are you there? Manuel, can you hear me now? Yo, okay, hey, on my other shower. See, this one, I don't know if you can tell, but it's wavy. On my other shower, I've got like a 1/2 inch of gap from my drain, from the top of my drain to the slope on my floor. I'm down about a 1/2 inch. I'm down about a 1/2 inch from the top of the drain to the slope here where the drain comes down at the floor. So what size trial do I need to use for my thin set? That's what I need. That's what I've been wondering. Because this is how that turned out, which I think will be okay. It's below. It looks like it's above it, but it's actually below. Okay. No, it's not threaded. I didn't have the luxury. It's just, it was cast iron. And the replacement was plastic with no adjustment. So I would love to have an adjustment. So I'm down about a 1/2 inch from the top of the drain on my other shower. So, 3/8 do I use? I've got a big notch trial. Should I use my big notch like for these big format tiles? Curdy, it's already done. Tell you what, if you don't mind, if everybody else don't mind on here, I'm just going to go show you the other shower, okay? So you know talking about, so we're not shooting in the dark. As I go through this cave right here, well, it's going to look like a cave because it's dark. You can't see nothing, I'm sure. So we're going to go in here to this other one. I just got my glass. Put in this shower yesterday too. All right. So I don't know if there's enough light in here to see, Manuel. But let's see. All right, this is what I'm dealing with right here. Now, these are my threads here. My threads for the plate that goes on top. I've got a rag down in there. So that's, and I've got a nice slope on this, as you can tell. Curdy membrane can be adhered. Let me see if you're saying. Curdy membrane can be adhered to on the back of your floor so you can float your floor without thin set squeezing through. Well, I'm using rock. I'm going to be using the stone. This right here. This is going down on the floor in here. This is what I'm using on my floor for that shower. Yeah, it's on mesh, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's on mesh. So I've been using like a 1/4 by 1/4 trowel. I'll show you the trowel I've been using. Did it get put up? The trowel got put up. Yeah, it's about a 1/4 by 1/4 trowel. Would that work? I don't know if that stone is the best material to use if you're trying to get it to drain. Well, yeah. This was on a mesh also, and I had to build it up quite a bit after that was on top of the pre-slope. I still ended up having to do it. Was build it up. But it's wavy, and I don't know if you can see the waves, but it's going to drain. But it's got a high spot right here, you know, and it's got a high spot here. You know, it's okay here. It's going to drain into here all right. But and it slopes down here nice. Yeah, but that's river rock. No, exactly. Exactly. Well, what I was going to do is leave my grout, you know, below the surface of the rock a little bit, give it some character, and also allow little channels for it to drain through. You know, I'm not going to bring it to the top of the rock. I'm going to leave, you know, right below the top so that it has the channels to kind of run down through, you know, in the grooves between the rocks. Is that not what you'd probably do, or would you do something else? Yeah, but if the drain is a 1/2 inch higher than your mud pan, you're going to have to, yeah, I don't have any other choice. So it's okay to use a thin set to do that. Then do I have to seal it after I float it again? That's my next question. So should I get some type of a sealer? I don't have to seal it after I level it with the thin set, or slope it, or reslope it with the thin set. All natural stone needs to be sealed. I would think it would be the other stuff. Like this needs to be sealed. This is what's that? Slate. This is a slate. This stuff here. I know I'm going to have to seal this. And okay, so I'm just talking. Okay. I got the waterproofing grout. I got this stuff here. This is my grout I'm using. Yes, it is. It's waterproof on its own. These showers, I use hot mop. These shower pans were hot mopped. Then I put on my concrete board, my Durarock, and then I use this green MAPEI to seal everything in so it's completely sealed. And then I bought that waterproofing grout so that, you know, this thing lasts for 50 years. Now, like I said, I'm selling, we're moving, but I still want it done right. You know, I still want it done right, whether I'm going to be here for the rest of my life or whether I'm selling. It's just how I like to do things. Good, old school, you know. So everything's sealed really, really well. And my bench, I use that, you know, are you familiar with the plastic 2x4s and 2x6s? That's what I use to build this bench with. The seat now is plywood, but I sealed that really well too. So. Okay. All right. So on the other shower I just showed you, when I get done with this one, go start on the other one. And I'll be videotaping the steps in that one as well. And so you're saying I don't need to put any sealer on the thin set after I build it up before I put the rock down. The thin set's gonna, if it gets wet, it's not gonna deteriorate over time. Manuel, if the thin set gets wet. Okay, so waterproofing it just may be an extra measure, but not something I necessarily have to do. Because it's all sealed. It's been sealed. I want it to last for 50 years or however long, 100 years, I don't care. Somebody don't tear it out. But, all right. Well, I appreciate your time, bro, and you dropping in and spending this time here hanging out. Appreciate that. But I'd like to be able to talk with you, you know, on the phone. That would be good. I use voice activation. My typing's really slow. And, you know, it adds words in you don't say, and it's frustrating. You got to stop and go back, double check everything. So it's just so a telephone just works better for me. Although this is cool being able to do this live. What a deal. I didn't grow up thinking this would ever happen, you know? It was payphones, not cell phones. Then it was all about standing out in the rain, talking to your girl as a teenager, showing her how tough you were, impressing her on a telephone, not on a cell phone. So to be able to go live and do all this is amazing. I think it's so cool. And so anyways, though, I can shoot you my email again, and maybe we could talk on the phone. That'd be cool. All right. So I'll probably try to go back, find a message, one of your last messages, and send you my email on that. So, all right, I got a little bit more cleaning up to do in here, a little bit more scraping with this sealer. This is reversed. I took my tile and I took my diamond blade and I cut into the tile. I just notched it up really good on this piece. Put my thin set on it, put it up in place, taped it to hold it up there till it dried. And so I got to paint the bottom of this. I'm going to do a special paint job underneath. But that's how I did that. And then this is going to get pencil trim across here. I have some real nice glass pencil trim that will match this. And the pencil trim will go up around the edge of the box. 45 in those corners is going to be fun. Because my saw does not cut angles. It's just an old MK. It's a workhorse, man. I'm sure you know. Yes, thank you. It was innovative. I was desperate, the mother necessity, the mother of invention. But yeah, if you cut into this, 16th or so into it, it will work well. And it worked. So then the pencil trim, like I said, and cutting the pencil trim at the 45s for these angles, that's going to be fun. Cutting this glass was fun, but it came out pretty good. I got some cleaning up to do back here, but anyways, so that's where this is going. And get this grouted, get my knobs on here, and I'll be ready to go. This will be good. And all right, Miguel. Not Miguel, Manuel, kind of like Jesus, Emmanuel, Manuel. All right, Manuel. Yeah, I'll try to shoot you an email today. I'll try to send you one for sure. So, all right, bro. Appreciate you. Appreciate your time and your willingness to be helpful for sure. All right. Well, God bless. Take care. Keep looking up. Never give up because there's always a way. All right. Bye for now. And thanks for being here. Look forward to talking to you. Bye. Purple screen. What's up? That is weird. I don't know what I did to do that. Purple screen.